guys, it's April. The middle of the month is here, and while I was questioning whether or not I was actually going to do a mid-month wrap-up, because this is pretty much all I've got right now, I decided I was going to do it anyways, so why not? Now, part of the reason my stack is so teeny tiny right now is because I just got done with Read-O-Rama and I've done a Read-O-Rama wrap-up. Of course, I will link that up above my head and down below so you can check out the books I completed for Read-O-Rama. That means this is technically only a week's worth of my reading life. And there's one book that I don't have a physical copy of. I think that is fairly good. I'm okay with that. Plus, they were all books that I really enjoyed. The first book I want to talk about is Wicked Deeds by Heather Graham. This is the story of the Crew Hunters, who are an FBI team of paranormal investigators. Each member of the team seems to have some kind of ability that centers around ghosts or seeing the future or seeing things through objects. So this is a whole continuation of a very large series that you can read out of order in any way, shape, direction that you want to read. They are a murder mystery thriller with paranormal stuff thrown in, mostly ghosts, and I love ghosts, so this series has always had a place in my reading life. This isn't any feat of literary magic, but it is a nice little guilty pleasure that I like to dive into every now and then. This story takes place around some very Poe-esque murders, and in fact you even get to see Poe himself, which was rather exciting. It was a quick, easy read, and I recommend it for anybody who likes murder mystery thrillers with ghosts. The next book I want to talk about is Fathomless by Jackson Pearce. This is a buddy read I did with Shay over at Shay Geeks Out. You can go check her out because she's kind of awesome. But this is part of her fairy tale retelling series, and this one takes on, of course, The Little Mermaid. I'm just in a Little Mermaid-esque mood this month, I guess. I don't know. This centers around Cecilia and Lo. Cecilia is one sister of a set of triplets. Each of them have the ability to either see the past, present, or future of any human they touch. And Lo is a nymph, siren, mermaid, mostly a siren in my mind, that's how I pictured her, who is slowly forgetting who she was and trying to become human again. Then one day a boy named Jude falls into the water and Lo and Cecilia save him. This starts a friendship between Lo and Cecilia, trying to figure out how to bring Lo back to who she was. Both girls are trying to find out what their relationship with Jude is. Now, I really like the friendship aspect of this book. It was good to see a lot of the focus around the two girls, and the romance of the story take a little bit of a backseat, even though it did play a big part of the dynamic between the girls. And I also like how Pearce has taken a lot of mythologies and a lot of fairy tales, and she's given them their own life, their own rules, their own little laws that they have to abide by. A lot of them have to do with twins or triplets and how those groupings have one soul and what that means for monsters and the darkness. You also have an underlying storyline that is playing out, that has been playing out throughout this whole series, that I'm hoping gets answered in the next book, which is Cold Spell. And yes, I am currently buddy reading that right now with Shay, and yes, I am enjoying this. Now, while I really like the friendship between Cecilia and Lo, I struggled a little bit with the other characters. They didn't feel as fleshed out, and I wanted more from them, especially from Cecilia's sisters. They almost took this back seat in the story, and I wanted to feel a little bit more of that sisterhood between the sisters, and I never really got that. At the end, you started to see a little bit more of them, but I would have liked to see that throughout the whole story. But overall, I did enjoy this read. And last but not least, I have Magician's Apprentice by Raymond. Feist. This is a book that I randomly pulled off my bookshelf one day and found myself reading it. I was only trying to remember why the heck I had put this book on my bookshelf to begin with, and I got sucked in. So I made a good choice in actually getting this book in the first place, probably from a library book sale, and I did truly enjoy this, and I haven't even told you what it's about yet. This is the story of a young boy named Pug who is trying to figure out where his apprenticeship is. Somehow he finds himself the apprentice of a magician. Pug is an interesting character because magic doesn't quite come to him the way the rest of the world expects it to. He's struggling to find his place, and at the same time, Pug is trying to find himself and figure out who he is and how to do magic. People from another world start invading theirs. Most of this book is centered around fighting these aliens, these other worlders, and trying to figure out why they are trying to take over their lands. This is a high fantasy. It has magic. It has weird creatures. It has a lot of battles and stuff like that. It felt a little bit like Tolkien, like it took some of those elements and they play out in here. It was very fast paced, and at times I had to stop and recalibrate because suddenly years had gone by, which I understand when you're trying to play out this kind of storyline, that can happen. Of course, it left in a place where I don't have all the answers, and now I'm gonna have to go find them. Yay for reading first books in a series! Ugh. So those are some of the books that I read for the first half of this month. Tell me down below what your favorite read so far is, and I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.